A homemade feast. The biting November wind rattled the windows of Maya's small apartment, a stark reminder that Thanksgiving was just around the corner. She stood before her refrigerator, its hum echoing the hollowness within. A lone wilting celery stalk, a half-empty carton of milk, and a jar of mustard were all that greeted her. A sigh escaped her lips. This year, the usual bustling preparations and overflowing grocery carts felt like a distant dream. Her two children, Leo 7 and Lily 5, were already buzzing with excitement about the holiday. They talked about turkey, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie for weeks. Maya's heart ached at the thought of disappointing them. Her construction job had been slow, and the bills had piled up, leaving precious little for holiday indulgences. But Maya was a woman forged in resilience. Giving up wasn't in her nature, especially when it came to her children. "Empty fridge, full heart," she murmured to herself, a mantra she'd often used in leaner times. She turned from her sparse fridge and surveyed her pantry. It wasn't abundant, but it wasn't bare either. A bag of rice, a couple of cans of beans, a box of chicken broth, some flour, and a forgotten can of crushed tomatoes. Not exactly a Thanksgiving feast, but a starting point. Her mind, usually preoccupied with the logistics of blueprints and building materials, now shifted to culinary architecture. What could she construct from these humble foundations? The next day, armed with a carefully calculated budget and a list of discounted items, Maya ventured to the local grocery store. She bypassed the glistening turkeys and elaborate dessert displays, heading straight for the clearance rack. There, nestled amongst bruised apples and overripe bananas, she found her treasures. A small, deeply discounted chicken that with some creative seasoning could stand in for a turkey, and a bag of sweet potatoes. Their skins a little rough, but their insides promising. A bag of frozen cranberries, marked down due to a slightly torn package, became her cranberry sauce. Back in her kitchen, a different kind of magic began. She roasted the chicken with herbs and spices she already had, the aroma slowly filling the apartment, coaxing Leo and Lily from their play. "Smells like Thanksgiving!" Leo exclaimed, his nose twitching like a little rabbit's. Lily, ever the artist, started drawing pictures of turkeys and pumpkins, her excitement palpable. Maya boiled the sweet potatoes until they were soft, then mashed them with a touch of milk and a sprinkle of cinnamon, turning them into a comforting, slightly sweet side dish. The rice, usually a simple staple, was transformed into a savory pilaf with sautéed onions and a few leftover mushrooms she had found. The crushed tomatoes, seasoned with garlic and oregano, became a surprisingly rich and hearty sauce to accompany the chicken. For dessert, she had a wild idea. Using the flour, a little sugar, and some oil, she mixed a simple dough. She'd seen a recipe for apple turnovers once, and with the bruised apples she'd rescued, she improvised. The result wasn't a grand pumpkin pie, but warm, fragrant apple turnovers, dusted with a whisper of powdered sugar that filled the kitchen with a comforting, homey scent. On Thanksgiving Day, the small apartment glowed with warmth. The table, usually reserved for homework and hurried meals, was now adorned with a borrowed tablecloth and a centerpiece of autumn leaves the children had collected. The homemade feast was laid out. The golden brown chicken, the creamy sweet potato mash, the aromatic rice pilaf, the vibrant cranberry sauce, and the rustic apple turnovers. When Leo and Lily saw the spread, their eyes widened. "Wow, Mama!" Lily breathed, her drawing of a turkey now clutched in her hand. "It's the best Thanksgiving ever," Leo declared, his voice full of genuine awe. Maya watched them, her heart overflowing. It wasn't the lavish spread she once dreamed of, but it was a meal born of resourcefulness and, more importantly, love. As they sat together, sharing stories and laughter, Maya realized that the true spirit of Thanksgiving wasn't found in expensive ingredients or elaborate dishes. It was in the shared moments, the warmth of family, and the ability to find joy and gratitude, even in the simplest of circumstances. The meal, pieced together from pantry staples and discounted finds, tasted richer than any five-star banquet. It was a feast of resilience, a testament to a mother's unwavering love, and a beautiful reminder that even with an almost empty refrigerator, a heart full of determination could create the most abundant Thanksgiving of all.